Looking to make some extra cash by putting in the absolute minimum effort? Well, here are the 5 best ways to make free money that anyone can do. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Tom here again, and today I'm going to be sharing our top 5 ways to make free money. Now, each of these tips should only take you a few minutes each. They should require little to no effort, and a couple of them could earn you hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe for loads more stuff like this. So I should probably start by saying that we're going to be looking at ways to make free money, and we're not going to be looking at things like survey sites or apps where you complete tasks or watch videos in exchange for money. Now, these are definitely legit ways to make money. We do have guides to all of those kinds of things on our website, and who knows, we might even do some videos on some of them in the future as well. But as far as we're concerned, if you're having to complete tasks, if you're having to do things to make that money, it's not free money. You're working. And that's why in this video, we're only going to be looking at ways to make money that require little or no effort from you. So first up is a biggie, and that's switching your bank or utility supplier. And by that, we mean your energy or broadband company. So we'll start off with banks because they do tend to offer more money for switching, and you could earn anything between £1 and £200 just for switching to a competitor. Although it is worth noting that the number of offers available do change from time to time. So sometimes you could have 4 or 5 banks offering a switching offer, and other times you could have 1 or even none at all. But in theory, you could earn well over £500 a year just by switching your bank account. So do check out our guide on the website to the best bank switching offers, because we do update it whenever anything changes. And if you're still a student, it is worth knowing that it's less common for student bank accounts to offer a cash bonus for switching. And we would say really the main reason that you would want to switch student bank account should be to get a larger 0% overdraft elsewhere. So do check out our video going through the best student bank accounts this year for all of the top offers plus what to look for. And if your main bank account is offering you some kind of perk that you really want to keep, or you just don't want the admin of switching your main bank account through lots of different banks, having to update your card details everywhere, which I totally get. The good news is that you can just open what's essentially a burner bank account with an app-based bank and then use that to switch through all of the offers. Again though, just make sure that you stick to the terms and conditions of whatever the bank switch offer is. So it might be that you need to transfer a certain amount of money into the bank account each month to get the reward, or it might be that you need to have a couple of direct debits in the bank account, but usually it's pretty easy to work around this. So it could be that you just transfer a certain amount of money into the bank account for a day and then take it back out again. Or it could be that you have a couple of very cheap direct debits in there, maybe £1 or £2, possibly even just one's going to charity. Moving on to utility suppliers, and this one is a little bit simpler. There usually aren't too many terms and conditions that you'll need to meet to get that reward. But if you're out of contract with your energy or your broadband company, or you're on a rolling contract and there's no exit fee, it's always a good idea to see if you can get a better deal elsewhere. But when you do that, it is worth looking to see if there are any companies that are paying you to join. And specifically, you're going to want to be looking for places that are either paying you as credit to your account, which you can then withdraw, maybe paying you in the form of a MasterCard, or at the very least, giving you a shopping voucher for somewhere where you know you're definitely going to shop. But, and this is a big but, if there is a switching bonus, remember to take the monthly charge into account and do the maths, because it could be that at the end of your 12 or 24 month contract, the amount it costs each month means that you're actually spending more money over the long term than you've earned in the short term. So again, to get started, just head to our website where we have guides to the best energy tariffs and the best student broadband deals available right now. Next, we're going to look at what is probably my personal favorite tip for making money, and that is referral codes. Now, you've almost certainly used referral codes before, but what you might not have done is try to actively use them as a way to make money. But in reality, loads of brands offer you a reward for successfully referring a friend who then goes on to sign up. And depending on the company, you could be making £50, £100, maybe even more per referral. The biggest money does tend to be in the highest value products, particularly ones where you're going to be spending a lot of money over a long period of time. So with that in mind, it's definitely worth looking for referral bonuses from all the types of companies that we mentioned earlier. So we're talking banks, energy companies, broadband providers, all of those kinds of things. But don't ignore the smaller referral bonuses, because even if it's just a few quid, it does all add up. So it's still worth checking all of the services you use to see if they offer a referral scheme. In fact, cashback sites are another great example of this. You can earn really easy money just by referring your friends or your family. In fact, especially your family, because quite often people of our parents' generation aren't necessarily aware of things like cashback. Get them involved with websites like Top Cashback, like Quidco, which, as I say, are really good websites for saving money, and everyone should be using them anyway, especially with a referral bonus. But whatever referral codes you end up trying to make money from, if you really want to take it to the next level, my advice would be to try and put it on your social media. So you could maybe do an Instagram story about it, you could put your referral links in your bio, or even tweet about it, because people sometimes do search for these things online. Next up, did you know that hundreds of thousands of people make incorrect student loan repayments every year? And if you're one of them, you are owed a refund, and each year that averages at least £100, if not more. And the best part is that there's no time limit on claiming a refund, so you could successfully claim money going back years. There are a few reasons why you might have overpaid your student loan. It could be because maybe you started repaying too early. It could be because you started repaying maybe when you weren't earning enough. But the important thing to remember is that because student loan repayments come out of your payslip before you get it, there's a very good chance this could have happened without you even realizing. So if you want to check to see if you've overpaid your student loan, you can just go through your old payslips and see that way. But to be honest, this can be kind of time consuming, and it could be even impossible if you don't have your old payslips anymore. But the good news is that you can just ring the student loans company, SLC, say to them, I think I might have overpaid, I think I might be owed a refund, and they'll just be able to check it out for you. But seriously, it is so worth doing this. I cannot tell you the number of people I know who rung up the student loans company just on the off chance and actually ended up getting a refund out of it. So please do check out our guide on the website that goes through all the reasons why you might have overpaid your student loan, how to do it, plus why you probably won't have to worry about making the extra repayments again later on. Our fourth way to make free money, and we've kind of looked at this already with the switching bonuses and the referral bonuses, but I do think it's also worth looking at sign-up offers outside of the companies and services that you already use. Loads of brands, especially in the finance space actually, offer great incentives for signing up as a completely new customer. Now, I don't want to go into too many specifics right now because again, these offers can and do change all the time, but at the time of recording this video, at least, the finance app Plum was paying a £5 bonus to new customers, and the cashback app Airtime Rewards was paying a £2 bonus. Sometimes there will be conditions attached, so it might be, for instance, that you need to deposit a certain amount of money into it, or it might be that you need to use it for a certain amount of time. So do obviously check in advance to see if it's worth doing. But again, there will be some where there's no conditions attached other than just signing up, and these ones are absolute no-brainers. And as for sign-up offers that are actually currently live, well, do check out the description of this video because we'll be linking to some of the very best sign-up offers that you can get right now. And finally, if you've ever had a job of any description, you may have accidentally paid too much tax, in which case you are due a refund. And this is especially worth trying if you're a student or if you worked part-time when you were a student, because in most cases, students don't earn enough to end up paying any tax in the first place. So if you did pay any at all, you could well be owed a refund. It is worth saying though that unlike the student loan refunds, there is a time limit on when you can claim a tax refund, and that's 4 years after the end of the tax year in which you overpaid. Now, tax years run from the 6th of April one year to the 5th of April in the next year. So just as an example, if you overpaid tax in the 2023-24 tax year, you'd have until the 5th of April 2027 to claim your refund. As for why or how you might have overpaid tax, well, there are a few different reasons, but one of the most common is if you started a new job, sometimes they'll put you on an emergency tax code, or in some cases, they might just put you on the wrong tax code altogether. Or it could be that you didn't earn enough in the year to be paying any tax, but you did do enough hours and earn enough in a single month to take you over the tax-free allowance and therefore pay tax, despite the fact that, as I said, over the year, you didn't earn enough and therefore shouldn't have been paying any tax at all. Sometimes HMRC, which is the taxman, will contact you to let you know that you're owed a refund, but this doesn't always happen, and annoyingly, unlike the student loan refunds, you can't just ring them up and say, I think I might have overpaid at some point, am I owed a refund? Instead, you'll need to have some kind of reason for suspecting that you're owed a tax rebate, and ideally some proof too, whether that be in the form of old payslips, a P60, which is a document you get at the end of a tax year, or a P45, which is a document you get when you leave a job. And yes, digging out all these old payslips and P60s and whatever might be a bit of a faff, but when you bear in mind that the average tax rebate is apparently between £2,000 and £3,000, it is definitely worth it. So do check out the guide in the description of this video, where we explain exactly how to go about claiming your tax rebate. So those are our top 5 ways to make free money, but they are definitely not the only ways. We have another guide on the website going through loads more, so do check it out, and do drop a comment below to let us know how you get on claiming all of that free cash. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another video.